Oh no, I didn't have cash money. How? Why you look so sad? I don't know if my money is enough to survive a month. Don't worry, I have some.
Sampling method for our study, we use the systematic sampling method. This means we arrange the names of all students in a list and then selected some students at regular intervals. Here's how we did it. Step 1, total number of students. There were 264 students in total. So the population size, which we call N, was 264. Step 2, sample size. We want to select a group of 40 students for our sample. So the sample size, which we call N, was 40. Step 3, find the sampling interval. We use this formula. Step 4, choose a random starting point. Next, we pick a random number between 1 to 7 to decide where to start. The number we choose was 3. Step 5, select the student. We start with the third student on the list and then selected every 7 students after that.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about business statistics. So let's start by looking at what business statistics is all about. So business statistics is the use of numbers and data to help business make better decisions. It includes collecting information, analyzing data from areas like sales, customer feedback, and employee performance.
The pie chart illustrates the distribution of students by gender. It shows that 16 of students are female while 14 are men. This indicates that the number of female students is higher than the of male students.
Assalamualaikum. Today I will be presenting a histogram that shows student monthly spending on academic materials. This histogram explains the amount of money the students spend on their academic materials. The most common spending range is RM101 until 120 with 10 students, while the less common spending range is RM241 until 216 with only 1 student. Overall, most students spend less than RM200 per month. So this indicates a tendency for the student to be thrifty.
I want to share about the frequency polygon for student monthly spending. The table shows how many students spend between different amounts. For example, from 101 to 120 ringgit, and so on. We find the median value, collect class mark, and use it to draw the graph. For the graph, the highest number of students is 10, who spend between 101 and 120 ringgit. Then the number goes up and down a little. The lowest is 1 student who spend between 241 and 260 ringgit. So most students spend less money cash monthly.
Next, I would like to share some recommendations based on our findings. Recommendation to help students do better in business mathematics or statistics. They should practice more with extra exercise and get help from tutors when needed.
Next, I'm gonna share this algebra. Now, here's the algebra. We plotted the upper boundaries on the x-axis and the cumulative frequency on y-axis. From this curve, we can see the general spending pattern of students. To summarize, the highest monthly expenditure recorded is 300 ringgit 56 and the lowest is 120.50 cents.
So I will be presenting the calculation of the mean, mode and median for a set of grouped data, particularly involving a frequency distribution related to cost in Rn. Let's start with the mean. We use the formula mean equal to the total of Fx divided to the total of F. So in our case, the mean cost is 175 ringgit and 50 cents. Next, we have the mode.
The formula for mode is LB plus F0 minus F1 divide F0 minus F1 plus F0 minus F2 and multiply class B. So the mode is RM130.50. Finally, we calculate the median. The position of median is given by n per 2. So the location of median class is 14 divided to equal to 20. So the median class is 141 to 160. We use this formula for median. So the median is 160 points. So this is bar graph for academic materials. From this data, we know that female has larger population student than male.
Hi everyone, now I'm going to explain how we find the mean, variance and standard deviation. First, for the mean, we divide the total of f times x, which is 7,020 by the total number of students, which is 40. So the mean is 175.5. Next, for the variance, we use this formula. Total of f times x squared divided by total f, then minus the mean square. Next, we do 1,366,210 divided by 40, then minus 175.5 square. The variance is 3,355. Lastly, standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So, square root of 3,355 is about 57.92. This means the spending amount are quite different among students. Not everyone spend around the same.
Alright, so this part is about skewness. Basically, we want to see is more than one side, like more packed on the left or the right. So we use this formula and it is pretty simple. In our case, mean is 175.5, mode is 113.5, and standard deviation is 57.92. If we plug that in formula, we get 1.07. Since it's more than 0, that means we will got positive skewness. So the tail of the data is longer on the right side. Now for the coefficient variation, it used to compare how spread out two different set of data. The formula is like this. We have got two groups. Group A is spending on academic stuff. Group B is spending on transport. So the answer show Group B is spending a bit more inconsistent or spread out compared to Group A.
Today I want to talk about distribution skewness. To find the skewness of the data, we use something called a Pearson's Hayes coefficient of skewness. The formula is 3 times the difference between the mean and the median divided by the standard deviation. In this case, the mean is 175.5, the median is 161, and the standard deviation is 57.92. First, we subtract the median from the mean. 175.5 minus 161 equals 40.5. Next, we multiply the result by 3 times. 3 times 40.5 equals 43.5. Then, we divide 43.5 by the standard deviation. 43.5 divided by 57.92 equals 0.751. So, the coefficient of skewness is 0.751. So, what this means? The mean, which is 175.5, is the highest value. The median, which is 161, is in the middle. The mode, which is 130.5, is the lowest value. This is because the skewness value is positive. The data is skewed to the right. This means most of the value are on the lower side, but a few large value are pulling the average high.
The conclusion for our study is we will use gender for qualitative data and academic materials for quantitative data by 40 students. Charts like pie, bar, histogram and ogive we use to present the data, and the data is skewed to the right by using Pearson's skewness.